You're okay. So we had some technical difficulties. All right, but we're back. We're back with episode. We are back with this episode of Body of Work. Let's go. And that's okay. The universe heard. The universe heard everything that we said. But I'm about to tell y'all again. My name is LP, aka Swens, aka Shades. If you know me in the industry, yes, yes, yes. We still got people joining. Thank you, universe, for having our back. In today's episode, we have an incomparable artiste, a true visionary, a magnificent friend, somebody who you can actually really go to for a good point of view, for very good direction, and for just a fantastic point of view. So, without further ado, we are going to bring on the one and only Kim, aka World of Delirium. What up, everybody joining us from wherever you're at in the world? We thank you for joining us, for tuning in. It's okay. We got, yeah. All right, she's back, y'all. Beautiful, beautiful,
I was
beautiful.
like, what happened?
That was,
I broke it.
that universal connection was powerful. So we had to jump back on. But without further ado, I'm gonna give the floor over to a magnificent person who I'm sure insights are about to just blow your mind. And we can definitely learn. I know I always learn. I always learn when I hear her speak. So again, World of Delirium, Kim, the floor is yours. Talk to the people. Let us know what's up. What's good.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Good afternoon.
Hi, everyone. I am Kim, creator of World of Delirium, which is just a platform by which I express everything that I do, every art form that I do. So I practice photography, I practice painting, writing, a little bit of film. I feel very amateurish about film, but I'm still diving into that. I did post a video yesterday, so look at that. But yeah, that's me. And just a little bit of a backstory of where I am, how I got here. I'm currently a full-time artist, and it's definitely been like a roller coaster path, I guess, if you want to say it that way, to get here. But this is kind of like, I guess, my third attempt at being that. Been in and out of like day jobs and stuff, just really trying to hone in on like the mindset of that. But yeah, started to practice photography in high school pretty much in the yearbook. I honestly don't feel like I even knew at that time that I fully wanted to be an artist. Drawing as a I practiced drawing when I was younger, started to do photography senior year, and then I was actually supposed to go to a UC Santa Barbara, and ironically, I did not pass my math class. So, I mean, sorry, not my math class, my art class. So I was rescinded because I didn't pass it. I know, so funny now. But long story short, it was zero period and I didn't show up. And I went up to my art teacher and I was like, look, I'm good at art. So he gave me a D, but that still didn't work out. So rescinded. And I definitely had the opportunity to make up that class in the summer. So I can actually so I could have gone to UC Santa Barbara, but it was expensive. On paper, my father didn't really make a lot of money, so I was very afraid of being in debt. And I was kind of just like, what am I going to do in UC Santa Barbara? I still was just kind of like, I don't know what I'm going to pursue. So decided to go to Santa Monica City College. They had high transfer rates, so I figured I would do what I got to do there, go to still a UC, some other one, a closer one, work on like gaining money for that. And I did like 4 years in Santa Monica, which accumulated to about like 2 years because I was working, because I was still paying out of pocket. And I finished my general eds, but as soon as I started to do my pre-major classes, which was really like, I want to say 5 or 6 art classes, I started to really not like the whole like class aspect of it. It was difficult to be fully expressive and feel fulfilled with the work I was doing in a classroom setting. So I decided to take a year off, and I found myself being able to make art in a much more fulfilled way. I was getting a lot of like personal projects done quicker, and I was having a lot more fun. So I did go back to school just to give it one more chance, but yeah, it didn't really work out. So stopped going to college and decided to hone in on just kind of working and using that money to support myself and support my personal art projects. And yeah, again, been in and out of that type of lifestyle, like being full time, doing my art, being part time, doing my art. And yeah, now I'm here. I am in my own space, doing full time right now. And I feel super grateful and excited about what I'm doing and what I will be doing in the future.
Woo! Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you for that. Wow, that is I didn't know about that. That also goes to the testament of you sort of really, you know, finding your way. And I like how you made the decision to be like, this, I don't like this sort of classroom setting. Let me just do what I need to do on my own.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I do admire about artists. So can you talk a little bit more about why why your art is special, and sort of why you chose that as, self-expression?
Yeah, so it's a very interesting question. I feel like I can give you a very generic answer with that and just be like, my art is special because it's mine. And I kind of wanted to say that one. Because I mean, it's kind of true. Like my art will be different than Andrea's and Selena's because we all express it in a very different way. I do realize though that I am surrounded by artists that express their emotions through art, and that's why mine is different, as opposed to like, I don't know, maybe like much more commercially art. Not to bash on anyone that does that type of art, but I know that I'm surrounded by emotionally driven artists, and so for me, that is why I feel like my art is different. I feel like that was for a long time, art was like the only way I could really emotionally express myself. It was like a safe type of way to do that, where I wasn't being explicit about what I was feeling, but it was still there and people could like connect with it and in that aspect. And I think, and that kind of ties back with like why school was so difficult for me with art, because I wanted to be very uh, expressive with it. And aside from that too, like I had to learn how to practice photography or painting in a certain way on my own. I was already like kind of self-taught, and here were these like professors trying to teach me like a different way that they can like grade me with. And we're looking at my work and we're like, this isn't good, or it is good, but you didn't do it in the way that we are asking you to do it. And so that was just kind of weird, because in my mind, I'm like, this is so subjective for me. Like the whole form and how people feel about it is so like, it's someone can connect with it, someone cannot. So it was just very difficult for me to fully understand that in school. So yeah, but that's why I feel like my art is different anyway, because no matter what form of art I do, it will all be very personal to me. And because I also have so many mediums, I sometimes just like mesh them together, which I know like there's several artists out there that will just kind of hone in on one, which is great. And I think I battle with that a lot too, where I want to kind of just focus on one and be very good at one. But I've come to the acceptance that I can't help but just always want to do different things. And eventually, like, I'll mash them together and make something different.
Wow. So can you describe then your creative process? Let's just say for art, for painting, because you do dabble. You're a fantastic photographer. We've had you on shoots plenty of
Thank
times.
you.
If y'all need a photographer, please hit her up. Fantastic. Check her raise. No more free Randy, but that definitely worth it. But can you talk about your artistic creative process?
I feel like it's kind of all the same either way. Like if I'm just going to talk about painting, I am very heavily inspired by a lot of things. It's everything around me. I'm very heavily inspired by music. So if I feel a certain way about a song, or if it makes me feel a certain emotion, then I want to like portray that emotion and whatever it is that it's going to inspire, whether it is painting or a photo shoot or even a video. Like I'll sometimes want to make music videos to certain songs and things like that. But if we want to, I guess, pick a painting specifically, again, just the emotional part, like this one behind me there is expressing a certain type of feeling. And that one actually started as a photo that I took of someone else, and it was like a one-time photo shoot. So I couldn't exactly recreate it because what I ended up with, it was like an impromptu type of idea of photo. I took it and I didn't really like how it came out.
Mhm.
So I was like, okay, let me paint it. And I'm actually like really happy that I'm at that spot in my life, because for a long time, that's actually why I wanted to get really good at painting, because with photo shoots, if they're not in a studio, like not here, they're all up in a different location, or they include a person that I can't really get in touch with again, there's no chance of reshooting. So if I can paint it, if I had the skill to like recreate whatever and really um, portray what's exactly in my head, then I'll do that. And so that's what this one is. It's me trying to actually paint what I couldn't shoot. And with that, like I'll move forward with taking advantage with the fact that I can paint it and approach it in a more surrealist way. So the emotion will come first, the idea, the feeling, and then I'll move through that, like whatever presentation that is, and I'll start to decide on like the color palette. I have an app on my phone that helps me choose like color palettes and stuff. I feel like I need that right now because I'm not always like, I feel like my head is like all jumbled up and I sometimes want to choose like all these different colors. So that helps me like be more strategic about it. And then I'll start drawing it on my iPad. I used to actually draw by hand everything, and then I would just use a grid and put it on a canvas. And then my beautiful, beautiful, sweet sister gave me an iPad, and it changed my life. So if you can afford an iPad, I know it's not affordable sometimes, but if you have access to one and you can use Procreate, that shit like saved my life. Can I curse on this show?
Yeah.
But yeah, I draw on that, so it like helps me. It speeds up the whole composition process. Because when I would draw, like I would erase shit and then, have to like redraw, and it was just like a lot. So with Procreate, I can just adjust things, make things bigger, with my proportions, which I'm not the best at. Like I can adjust those, and then I can like use a grid and just pass it on to the canvas. But it definitely speeds that process up. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that was like a good answer to that.
No, that was a beautiful answer, because I know the artists specifically and the creatives on here, you just gave out like literally sort of a step by step on like how to do something, and it may not be their version, and it may not be something that they use, but someone out there can be like, oh, okay, this is how you can go from point A to B, and with help of like getting tips and tricks. So you're doing flawlessly.
Yeah, for sure.
Can you talk about how you deal with rejection and how you find the strength to keep going?
In art or in my life?
Let's go in life, because of course,
Oh wow, I thought you were going to say art.
of course,
You
art
got me
is
on
gonna
that
find
one.
different ways, or different things are gonna come in. But let's go with life. How do you deal with rejection? Sometimes art imitates life, or whatever, however the saying goes.
Yeah. I feel like it definitely fuels me to be better, to do better. I'm not gonna sit here and say that. I think on the outside I can be very passive about any type of rejection. Internally, it depends on what specific aspect of life we're talking about, but internally I know it can like make me upset and stuff. If we just want to talk specifically about my experience with releasing my book, for example, my most recent photo book, Void of Sound. I think passively and on the outside, I was just like, yeah, cool. Like I released it. It did well, but I am very hard on myself. And I almost kind of took the fact that it didn't sell out or that it didn't sell as quickly as I wanted it to as like a rejection. And I think the reason why I like took it so hard and was upset about it was because a lot of emotion was put into that book. As I said earlier, like I can be very emotionally expressive with my art, so it like meant a lot to me. So for it to not be in my head, it was like for it not to be accepted or like, seen positively enough for everyone to want it, I was like, damn. Um, but that's just me in the moment and kind of I let myself just kind of do that. That's naturally who I am and working on it. But I am very proud of myself and can celebrate the fact that I think I have the capability to just kind of pick up after that and continue to go and then feel that. So I'll like take it and be like, well, I never want to feel like that again. So what are the things that I need to do in order to be better, do better, whatever the case may be. And I have a great group of friends that are always like, relax. Like you're good. You did well. And I'm just like, right, okay, cool. Yeah. I'm getting into my head. So yeah, I guess I have like a pretty good, I hope that I can have a pretty good balance of accepting rejection and just kind of using it to just do better.
Beautiful. Yeah, that's important. That's important. And shout out to your group of friends. I'm sure they're a wonderful bunch.
Yeah, I hope you can meet them sometime.
Yeah. What does success look like for you? Because you were mentioning the sales of your books, which a fantastic book, by the way. But what
Thank you.
what does success look like for you?
I am trying to redefine it as just uh, feeling successful by feeling very fulfilled with my work. Um, I think in that moment for the book, I was seeking like validation from something that wasn't within me. And so I always have to kind of remind myself that I can be validated with my work just by me feeling really good about finishing something or being able to portray it in the way that I pictured it in my head. That fact right there is like really huge for me. And that's why like I practice what I am sure other artists practice is to be able to really put out like whatever it is that was exactly in your head. With painting, like that was really difficult for me to get to. Wasn't that I drew when I was younger, but painting I feel like is a different field in itself. And so it would be like very frustrating for me to go through these like ideas, go through the process, and then when I would finish, it just wouldn't look the way I wanted it to look. So I guess success is being able to feel like I can breathe and I'm just like, wow, like that thing that was in my head, in my body, in my emotions is now out there. And I'm just gonna like let it be and I can let it go. And it can have its own life and people can connect to it or whatever. As opposed to, feeling successful because it sells or because I get a lot of comments or likes or anything like that.
Do you still have glimpses or small tussles with that frustration? Because I feel that sometimes as well when doing it. So how do you does that happen?
Yeah, yeah, all the time. Yeah. And I literally had it like 2 hours ago because I'm working on a lino print. And so I'm drawing it and I like step back and I look at it and I'm like, why do I hate this right now? But I think the growth and where I am now versus how I was before is being able to just reassess and step back from it, take a walk, whatever. Just give yourself the time and the space to kind of like figure it out. Because what I used to do is I used to just like not bother with it. And I had so much unfinished work because it was just like, well, I don't know what's wrong with it. I don't know how to fix it. And I probably just don't have the skill. So let me move on to something else. And so, yeah, and you witnessed it too. And I photographed you. I had that like frustration where it was like, I need you to be posed in a certain way, or I'm trying to find something. but I don't know how. And the reason I feel like sometimes I can't figure it out, especially that with that photo shoot specifically, is because sometimes it's honestly, in a weird way, just a feeling. It's just a gut feeling. So the moment I can shoot something, or the moment I capture whatever it is, and I have that gut feeling like, oh, like this is it, this is good, then that's how like I know I got it. And there is no like way to get there. There's no solid steps. I can't sit here and tell you do ABC and you'll get there. Sometimes you just have to go through the photo shoot. You have to go through the drawing, or, you know, make the video and get to a spot where it feels great. And that's hard sometimes. But yeah, key word is just to keep going.
Wow. That just answered my next question on, yeah, and you getting snaps from over here on that one. What do you do to get through creative or mental blocks? And I love that. It's just to get through it. You know, you can feel those feelings, you can, you know, sit with it, or you deal with it however you deal with it, but you just go through it to get to the other side. I think that is,
Yeah. And that's like in a small what am I trying to say? Like a small place, like a smaller, you know, way to look at it. I think if we're talking about mental blocks in like a larger aspect, I honestly haven't had any blocks like writers or photographer or artist blocks or anything like that. I feel very lucky and blessed that I have like ideas coming out of my ass, and I feel like they come out of me much faster than I can finish them. Uh, but I have heard like other people just kind of say to go out and experience life, you know, or like allow yourself to be okay with the blocks. Because I think if you have a block, it won't help if you're really just sitting in that and like beating yourself up as a result of having blocks and not being able to know what's next. So just kind of going out there and living life. I get inspired by everything, like I said earlier. So it only makes sense for me to just give myself that time to just go out and do stuff and see the world. So yeah, just be nicer to yourself.
be nice. I know someone on here, are you being nice to yourself? Yeah, that speaking of being nice to yourself, Kim, founder of World of Delirium, can you tell us what self-care looks like for you?
I like going outside a lot. Uh, I'm very happy with this place because it has a lot of windows. So simply, I think it's just like feeling like the air and just kind of like sticking my head out in the middle of while I'm working. Sometimes I'll just do that and I'm just like watching everyone like a weirdo. I always wonder if other people can see me, but I love to go outside. So self-care to me is doing that. It doesn't have to be active as in like, you know, like a hike or doing anything like that. Although I really do like that, but just kind of going outside. And I love movies, but I feel really funny saying that because I haven't seen any new movies in the longest. I like low key gave myself a rule that I couldn't watch any new stuff because I'm working a lot on other things. And I love movies so much that I will definitely just sit there and just like watch it and not do anything. If I have the TV on in the background, it has to be something I've already seen. Um, and also being with my friends, I think that's for sure number one for me. The self-care is just being around people, because when I get into my art, or if I'm like really working like really hard, I think I can just really zone in and get lost in that, and I will just like realize I can step out and realize like, oh wow, I haven't really been social at all, and I need to go do that. So yeah, self-care is friends, movies, outdoors, good food.
Somebody in the chat said New Girl vibes. Yes, shout out to
Yeah, who said that? Oh, Nadia. She knows. She knows. New Girl is funny, okay? Anyone that hates on it, go watch it. They're very witty. I love New Girl. I'm not sure if we can be friends if you don't like New Girl.
we love it over here. What makes, because you're part of this wonderful, magnificent, gargantuous, trend-setting, futuristic collective, what about NVC is special to you?
All of it. I don't know. I sometimes sit here and I'm just like, how did I come across this collective, and how do I get to be so lucky, or how am I so lucky to get to be in it and know all these people? I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for NVC, if it wasn't for the people in it. The mindset that I have like attained or acquired because of that has just been like life changing. I met everyone and started to talk to everyone and be involved with NVC, and then like all the positive things started to happen. And it has to be like because of the people I was surrounded with. It's definitely like these are people that we all have like different paths. We're all doing different things, but we all want to do it in a similar way where it's like to fulfill ourselves and to move through that with love and support and giving back to the community. And there, as much as like we are very into what we're doing and working hard and we're like really focused, we all have the capability of like multitasking and supporting each other with that. And that's something I always think about when I think of NBC, because never had I come across people that are so good at what they do and they're such hard workers, and at the same time they have the capacity to like check in on you. Like I literally had Nico and Nadia both ask me like, hey, what are you doing to move out, like what are you working on? And I was just like, oh, that's so nice of you to like hold me accountable like that and actually be involved, in that way. And yeah, so yeah, does that answer your question?
100%. 100%. Yeah, I love the accountability here. Beautiful. And shout out to everybody in the collective. And Kim, thank you so much. I took notes. I loved the subjective parts that you were talking about. I loved we were talking about feeling through those feelings. And what really hit me was you were talking about the growth, about moving through certain frustrations. So we're all happy and proud of you. So that's number one. Snaps over here from us. It is now time in the show, your favorite time, our favorite time, one of the best parts of the show. It is called Take It or Leave It. Now, if you are new to the show or you're just watching this for the first time on the playback, here's how it goes. If you take something, that means you would give it a high five. You would help it down from the stairs. You would give it extra care. That's your thing. If you leave something, that means you would throw it in the trash. That means you would not invite it to yoga class. That means you would kick it in its shin if you hate it or not. All right, first up.
So mean.
Yeah, well,
We leave it. We leave it.
First up, spiders. Spiders. You take it over, you leave it up.
I don't know. You know what? I think they like give me a scare when I first see them, especially if they're big. So I'm just like, oh my God, that wasn't there a second ago. And they have such a horrible reputation. But I never really want to kill them, but I have killed them in the name of love. Shout out Selena, I got you. I know she's doing better with spiders. But they do kind of just like, I look at them, I'm just kind of like, all right, like, you need to go outside because this is my home. I think I'm gonna take them and just like scoop them up and put them outside.
Yeah. That's
that.
I think that place cultivates a space of I'm not gonna kill you, but you gotta.
Yeah. Just respect. Yeah.
Beautiful. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. You taking it or you leaving it?
Taking it. That's the dankest cereal out there. With almond milk. Although I haven't had it in a while. But yeah.
Okay. I like that.
For a second, I thought I was allergic to cinnamon, but I was just having like weird stomach problems. But I'm a happy person now that I can have cinnamon back into my life.
Oh, beautiful. If you find a waffle maker, a waffle mix in there.
Oh my goodness, yeah. And butter?
Woo! Okay.
Yeah. I don't have a waffle. What's happening now? I didn't have a waffle maker, but I used to put it on a pan and put like butter on the waffles, the Eggos, and then I put cinnamon on it. I've never used a waffle maker. I'm sorry. Are you mad at me?
No, not at all.
Okay, cool.
That the Stranger Things. Are you taking it or are you leaving it?
Wow, I feel like I'm gonna get some hate. I'm only gonna leave it because I'm just not caught up and I don't see myself catching up. I think I just watched the first two seasons and then after that, it was hard for me to continue to watch it because I was so busy, not because I'm like it's boring. It's just like it's gotta be a really great, great show for me to just sit down and watch it. And I like sprinkled a bit of the later episodes onto my routine because I was curious and I wanted to see them. But I was just like, yeah, no, it's fine. I'll leave it. I'm so sorry, Stranger Things fans out there. Great concept though, and the first two seasons were great too. Yeah.
We gotta watch before.
I will watch it if y'all watch it with me. If you sit down and sit me down, I will watch it. I'll have an open mind about it. I'm a busy person,
No, I feel you. It took me the longest time to get into it. But it's a good choice. And we also have someone from the comments saying a pinch of cinnamon, I believe, in your coffee is magnifique. Is that how you say
Yeah.
it? Magnifique.
Who said that? I do that. Yeah, on the decaf because caffeine makes me go wild. But cinnamon is so good. Cinnamon changes everything. Why do you think I was so upset when I thought I was allergic? I was like, wow, my life is about to change. I put cinnamon in your coffee, your waffles. What else?
Sprinkle a little bit on your chicken.
What?
Say that now, just a pinch, just a smidge.
I know. I instantly had that reaction, but then I was like, Elfie knows what he's talking about. Cinnamon on your chicken.
A little bit. Just a little bit. Global warming. Are you taking it or are you leaving it?
I don't understand like what my answer will be. Like I was gonna say leave it because we hate global warming, but like should I take it because I believe in it? Because there's like people out there that are like, that's not real. Can I take it and like deal with it and help the world and educate everyone on it so that we can all together leave it?
Yes, you can.
This game, man, this game.
Hi, welcome to the show, Leah. Thank you for joining. Yes, you can take it and kind of leave it. Surfing. Are you taking it?
Oh my gosh, surfing. I want to take it. I know how to skate and I want to learn how to surf. I feel like since I have the know-how of skating, my core could be like, come in use. I want to go, I'm going to say this, put it out in the universe. I want to go live in El Salvador for a year and learn how to surf, live by the beach. I'm going to do that. Yeah, let's take surfing.
In the words of cats that I know, it is done.
It is already done.
It is already boom. Slime.
Lime? Like lemons or lime?
Oh wow, no. Gack or slime.
Slime.
Yeah.
Wait, what did you call it first?
Gack? You ever?
Yeah. No, I haven't. Is that a Philly thing?
Might be an East. Might be an East. Slime.
Slime.
Yeah.
Where is it coming from?
Have you ever?
I don't know. It sounds scary.
No.
Is it like germy?
No, it can pick up germs, but yes, Nickelodeon slime.
Oh, Nickelodeon slime. Oh, yikes! I wasn't like a Nickelodeon kid. I'm sorry. Nora I was a PBS kid. Strictly Arthur and Zoom and what else? What else did we watch, Selena?
What are the things I watched?
It was just Arthur. It was straight up just Arthur after class.
Yeah, for sure. I could leave slime. I could do without the slime.
Okay. Going back to that era, wow, these segues are just Twithel will be proud of these segues. Going back to that era, Goosebumps. The books.
Yeah, I know. I only read one. There was just too many, and it felt like they were going to be predictable. I never read them. I was busy reading other things. I'll take them because I love books.
Okay.
I'll take the Goosebumps.
All right.
Did you read a Goosebumps?
Yeah, I read them back in the day.
Okay, were they cool?
I was more like a Captain Underpants, but this isn't about me. This is about you. Road trip. Road trip.
Road trips. I love road trips. I'll take the road trips. I will be going on road trips. I have gone on road trips. Yeah. What kind of question was that? Yeah, road trips.
Smoothies. Smoothies. Are you taking them or are you leaving them?
I'll take them. Yeah. But all the fruit shit that I need to drink for the day and just give it to me in a cup. I'm down for that. Wait, there's a rule. You drink your fruits and eat your vegetables. Is that how it is? No. You made a weird face.
Yeah.
Or do you drink your vegetables, eat your fruits? Because I feel like one of those, I think it's the fruit. If you blend it, it gets more sugary. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I'm starting to doubt myself.
No.
There's one of them that you probably shouldn't drink. Yeah. If anybody knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Drop it if you know.
Drop it.
And the last one, I think you already said that you're a go, that you take this one. But the last one that we do here, because we love them as well. Books. Are you taking them or are you leaving them?
Take them. Books are my life. I'm an artist and I read and I go outside. And that's it.
Nice. What's in your current wheelhouse?
I just finished reading what's the name of it? How to change your art into your business or something like that. It was like a self-help one. I don't usually read self-help, although when I did join NVC, had to jump on a few personal development books. But that one is definitely like a how-to self-help type of thing, to take your art and make it into a business. But it's very cool because it goes into very specifics of like how to make contracts and how to write a grant, which is why I bought it, because I wanted to write one or needed to write one. And it even talks about like how to change your mindset about money and like pricing your art and all that stuff. So it's pretty cool. I actually could show you.
Yeah, beautiful. We love that. We love a good book over here.
Grow, how to take your do-it-yourself project and passion to the next level and quit your job. It's a really long title. I was nowhere near the title, but I got the gist of it.
Wow, fantastic.
It's
Kim,
really true. LP.
Thank you for joining. Is there anything else you want to say to the beautiful people, to the crowd? Is there anything coming up that we need to be aware of, privy to? You want to give any shout outs? Shout
out to my mom and my sister. My mom doesn't have an Instagram. My sister, I wonder if she's watching. I do have a yard sale pop-up coming up on Saturday. DM me for the address because it's someone else's home, so want to be respectful, respect the pad, whatever. But I can send that to you. It'll be Andrea and I. Andrea will be selling art supplies, furniture. I have a few furniture stuff, books, clothes, and most importantly, my art. So if you want to support little old me, you can go stop by, say hi. What else? Yeah, that's pretty much the biggest one I have coming up. And just tune into my Instagram. See what I'm up to, because I will be up to some things in the next 2 months.
Beautiful. And it is confirmed Brenda is on the live. Shout out to
Brenda is on the live. Hi, Brenda.
Shout outs to you and thank you. All right. Well, again, it's magnificent. Thank you so much for your insight. Thank you so much for all gone through and that you have to say, and the beautiful downloads that we are currently grateful here for you, for your friendship, for hi sister. NVC, thank you so much for that as well. So from everybody over at Parties Football Club, everybody at De La Nona, everybody at Hot and Cool. Shout outs from everybody on the East Coast in Philly, everybody on the West Coast in South Central LA, and from here in Asia, Vietnam, Saigon, Ho Chi Minh, worldwide, from Selena, from Torthel, and myself, and everybody here at Long Sleeve Service Productions. Woo! Shout out to Andrea, Body Work alumni. We thank y'all. We appreciate y'all, and we'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.
Peace out, Girl Scout.